In this video, we're going to work on solving some literal equations that require multiple steps. So remember, literal equations are like formulas and they have two or more variables. Sometimes we need to write these equations in terms of a specific variable, and we're going to use opposite operations in order to do that. So let's try solving P equals 2L plus 2W for W. So here we want to isolate this W. Well, W is not by itself because it's being multiplied by 2, and then this 2L is being added to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our addition or subtraction. So I'm going to start off by going in this equation and subtracting that 2L from both sides. So when I do that, on the left side, I get P minus 2L. And then on the right side, 2L and minus 2L cancel, leaving me with just 2W. So then what I need to do is I need to divide everything by 2 in order to get W by itself. So I'm going to divide the left side by 2 and the right side by 2. So that gives me P minus 2L over 2 equals, and the 2's cancel, leaving me with W. Remember, you can rearrange this and write this as W equals P minus 2L over 2. So let's try solving 6x minus 3y equals 18 for y. So I want to isolate this y. So I have 6x and then I have this minus 3 that's multiplying y. So I need to rearrange this equation. So I'm going to start off by taking this equation and then I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. So on the left, that leaves me with negative 3y equals negative 6x plus 18. So now, to get y by itself, I need to divide everything by negative 3. So when I do that, on the left side, my negative 3 and negative 3 will cancel, leaving me with y. Negative 6 divided by negative 3 is positive 2, so I have 2x, plus 18 divided by negative 3, which is negative 6. Now I'm just going to combine this plus negative. Let's try solving s equals 2 pi r times r plus h for h. So the variable we want to isolate is h. So we have a lot of things going on in this problem. Everything is being multiplied by 2 pi r, and then we have r being added to h. So since we want to work on getting h by itself, first I'm going to try to take care of this 2 pi r term. Now 2 pi r is multiplying everything, so I can start off by doing the opposite, and I can just divide everything by 2 pi r. So I'm going to divide the left side by 2 pi r, and I'm going to divide the right side by 2 pi r. So that gives me s over 2 pi r equals, and then on the right side, this will cancel, and this will cancel, leaving me with just r plus h. Now to get h by itself, I need to just move this r. So since this is a positive r, I'm going to move it by subtracting r from both sides. So when I subtract r from both sides, I get s over 2 pi r minus r equals h, which now this is my equation solved for h. H equals s over 2 pi r minus r. So let's try solving s equals a plus b plus c over 2 for b. So I have a lot of things going on in this problem. First, notice that everything's being divided by 2. Then I have a and c being added to b, so I need to undo these operations. So since everything's being divided by 2, I'm going to start off and take my equation and do the opposite, which is multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply the right side by 2 and the left side by 2. On the left side, that gives me 2s equals, on the right side, these 2's will cancel, leaving me with just a plus b plus c. So since everything is being added, I'm going to rearrange the terms on the right to show you what my next move is going to be. So I'm going to rearrange everything. I'm going to put b plus a plus c. Okay, so since I'm adding, remember I can use the commutative property and rearrange the order of these terms. Well, I want to get b by itself. Well, so a is being added and c is being added. So I need to subtract a from both sides. So I get 2s minus a equals b plus c. Right, so b is still not by itself, so I'm going to subtract c from both sides. And so I get 2s minus a minus c equals b. If you would prefer, you can actually, in this step, you can subtract a and c at the same time. So if you want, instead of doing it the way I did, you can say 2s equals b plus a plus c, and you can do minus a minus c at the same time, if that is your preference. Okay, so then you'll still get the same result, 2s minus a minus c equals b. Okay, so b equals 2s minus a minus c is our equation now solved in terms of b. So when solving a literal equation for a specific variable, identify the variable to be isolated. Then you're going to use opposite operations until you've isolated this variable. Remember that when you have more than one step, you most often need to add or subtract before you multiply or divide.